What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm working on this 2001 7.3 and I'll be throwing in this new head unit, and I'll be showing you how to take out the factory one. And as much as I hate doing stereos, this thing's in dire need of one. So things that come with the kit here, I can't remember the name, but I'll throw the link up in the description. I mean, it's just something straight out of China, of course. So it's got some weird name, but it had really good reviews for what it is. You're supposed to be able to have Apple CarPlay, and it comes with a backup camera, I think right here. That's a big one for me, hooking up trailers all the time. That'll be super handy. And I ordered this wiring harness adapter for this Ford truck. That's a must-have as well, because it comes with the same exact color wires that come with your stereo. That way you can just match up the wires and plug and play, and it's all good to go. And then I believe this is for the backup camera as well. And I went ahead and ordered these this dash kit that fits in there, because whenever you take this out and you put the aftermarket stereo in, there's normally a gap right there, and you probably won't see it with this having such a big display screen, but it's one of those little things that'll bug me, so I went ahead and got it anyway. So we'll see what that all entails. But tools you'll need, other than basic wiring tools, will be this removal kit. You can use like an old coat hanger, something like that, but they go in those holes there. But I said screw it, went ahead and bought the tool. So hopefully this thing works. They got a couple different options on Amazon. They have a 2-core processor and 8-core processor, but like I was saying, you're supposed to be able to watch YouTube on this thing, and Netflix, download apps, as long as you're in park, of course. But you can get around that if you really wanted to. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this and see what it all entails. All right, I'm gonna try to keep this pretty quick and simple. Hopefully you can see fine. But in order to get this stereo out, you put those tools in I was talking about. I'm pretty sure you pull them apart, and you're, well, might try to come out on you. There we go. There it is. And it should pull out just like that. And then you got your plug here, just like that, and then this is your antenna. So just go ahead and pull that out. And the next thing we're going to do after that is we're going to go ahead and get our harness that comes with your stereo, and then your adapter harness that you got to order separately. I'm going to go ahead and get these soldered up and hit them with heat shrink after that, and then it's pretty much plug and play from there. All right, in order to do this, we got the plug that comes with the radio here. And this is the adapter plug that you order. Sorry about the wind if it's windy. But I got the solder kit with a solder gun. Comes with everything you need. And then I've got some heat shrink and a heat gun and some wire strippers. That should be everything you need. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these ready, and I'll show you how to get those soldered up. First thing I'm gonna wanna do is go ahead and slide one of these heat shrinks over every single wire on the adapter harness. That way, by the time you solder, you didn't forget it. So go ahead and do that now. There we go, got all of those. Every one of them's got one, which you can use the crimp-ons or whatever. You can use those too, but I'm not a huge fan of those, because every now and again they fail or pull out or have a bad connection. So I'm just gonna go in the extra mile while I got it out, and I'm a solder. So, which soldering's not hard, but if you've never done it, it can be intimidating, but it's super easy. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and start soldering. kind of test it, give it a little pull, and it's solid. And then I'm gonna get all these done, and I'll hit everything with the heat shrink, and we'll get this hooked up. All right, when you get everything done, it should look something like this. They're all soldered and heat shrinked. Now there's a few of these you actually don't need, and I was looking at which ones didn't match up, and it's all these right here. They all say steering wheel, another steering wheel, and then what's this one here? Steering wheel. The only one that you have to tie into, it looks like, is the one that says rear camera. But all those are soldered up good and heat shrinked, and that won't be going anywhere. I'm gonna wrap it with electrical tape, get this plugged in, and test out this head unit before I install it. All right, I was about to hook this harness up and test it out, and I started looking at this rear view camera, and there's the diagram here. There's actually a couple more that you have to solder in, if this will focus here. You have to solder in the pink and red wire into the pink and red wire on the harness they give you. And then you also need to do a positive and ground on the camera side. So I'll show you how to do that. Here's the backup cord. Pink's for the camera, red's for the power. I had to solder in the pink, and I actually had to cut and unsolder the two reds that I originally had so I could solder in the accessory wire that also comes for the reverse camera. So I got those soldered in and re-shrink wrapped there, and now I think it's all ready to plug in and test. Moment of truth. Put the key in here, hopefully nothing shorts out or anything. I'm gonna get the backup camera ran and make sure it works real fast, and then I believe we'll be ready to fit this head unit. So stay tuned. And one thing you normally have to do on these Super Duties to get this head unit to fit is you normally have to trim up here or down there, but I'm gonna unplug everything and see if I can fit it, and I'll get the dash fitment piece on as well. That way it'll fit snug right here on the sides and everything will look super clean. But it did power on like it should, so I'm gonna get the backup camera ran and try it out real fast. Backup camera part is a little bit tricky. I ran it through the stereo, down the dash here, and it pops out right there. And then you can pick your carpet up. You gotta pop this thing off, pop the trim piece off, and you can pick the carpet up here underneath. I've already had this ripped all the way out, but you fold that up and there's a grommet right here. Do a little slice in that grommet, feed your wire through, and that comes out. The grommet's right underneath that body bushing there, but there's an access hole in the frame of the body. You can reach up in there and fish the wire through, and that's how I'm getting it outside the cab. And then now that it's outside the cab, I'm gonna run this along the frame rail all the way to the back of the truck with the factory harness. I'll probably have to extend it, and then you tap into your positive and negative on your reverse light, and that's how you'll trigger your camera. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It took me a minute to figure out how I wanted to run that wire, but that's how you can do it. A little bit of work, but it'll be worth it having a backup camera. Well, it's next day. It got dark and I wanted to show everybody this, but I got the wire ran. It actually was long enough, and I've got it, the camera right there, and then you got the pink power wire tapping into the wire with the stripe that's power, and then the black going to the black, and I soldered those up nice. And I've already tested everything. Everything works good, but I just wanted to make sure to add this part in the video. So I'm gonna put that back in there, slap the light back in, and then I'll get right to the dash and get that radio fitted. Okay, back in the truck. I got the head unit, and for like the past 10 minutes I've had this Dremel. All right, I thought the backup camera cord was the worst part. This is by far, fitting it is the worst part. I mean, it's just in and out, in and out, in and out. But you have to completely trim everything, and I'll show you. All right, here's this. You got to Dremel this all the way down smooth. Same with the top. Take those bolts out all the way down smooth. And then I had to kind of go back and forth and keep trying the fitment out until this was right. But I mean, even that was a pain. But you have to take quite a bit out, but it probably varies for the head unit, that one being a little bit different. But I think I finally got it. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything plugged up and get this unit slapped in and see what it can do. Here she is, guys. Finally got it in. It took me probably, I don't know, 15 times taking this thing in and out, just getting it trimmed properly. But I just got it all snapped in with the dash kit, so it looks pretty clean. See, make sure everything works. There's the radio, or the stereo came on. Try out the reverse camera. And I think I've actually got the backup camera upside down, but no biggie. I can go ahead and flip that around and get that to where I want it. But I mean, that's gonna be sweet hooking up trailers, and the speakers actually sound better. I'm not gonna play music for copyright issues, but I'm pretty sure you can change the background and everything. The screen's pretty responsive, and I know it also comes with a bunch of apps. It's got Netflix. So I just got this connected to my hotspot. You can connect it to your Wi-Fi or whatever you want, but check that out. That is freaking sweet. See if it runs pretty smooth. Again, I'm off my hotspot, so it's a little bit slow.
Up now. Side top up.
Check that out. Now I'm sitting here chilling. I can just watch some YouTube, watch some TV. But well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you get an idea how to put these radios in. But once again, thanks for the view. If you like the videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And I got a lot of projects going on. This is just one of many. And we'll see you in the next one.